Hey guys, welcome to the show, Queen G Live Experience. This is your host, Queen G. How are you? How's everybody? Oh my goodness. I pray that you guys are getting ready for the holidays and just winding down after this long, crazy year because it's been a crazy year, a year of so many ups and downs. I hope that you guys are finishing 2020 strong. Can you believe we are at the official end of the year? We are in the countdown. So today is what's today? The 15th already. We have about 16 days left in the year. So I hope that you guys are making these days count and finishing this year completely strong and handling your business and whatever. This is my advice, okay? This is the advice I have. If you guys are doing anything right now, you should be planning to prepare to walk in the shoes of next year already. So, like, I know that we um, are where we are, or what we're doing, whatever. But for me, I'm thinking 15 steps ahead. So I'm already like walking into 2020 with things on schedule for next year and, shooting toward my goals and trying to make things work. You know what I'm saying? So seriously, let's just finish 2020 strong. Let's get rid of this year. I'm about tired of it. You guys are probably like I am. I'm about tired of 2020. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. And I'm ready for, just a change, a new year, a new breath of life, a new this, a new that. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm believing God for just breakthroughs on so many levels in my career, in my kids' life, in my husband's life. Like I'm believing God for so many breakthroughs and new levels. I just want to, I want to be in it. I want to be in it. This is my little apple juice. My little apple juice. I'm vibing. So I have a new book out called Peace to Success. Y'all probably saw it now on Amazon. Let us read one chapter out of here. I do have a special guest for you that will be on in a second. Let us read. I want to read something out of here. Peace to Success is a part of a series that I wrote of other books. And I'm going to start with prayer. Let's start with prayer. Let's start it off right. Let's give God his honor and, God's due of what he is entitled to, which is looking up and thanking God, for allowing us to be here, for allowing us to be alive and all that stuff. So the first chapter in this book is called Prayer. And I want to read that to you. My time in prayer and meditation is so important. I talk to God daily about my family, my career, and just things that I desire. Prayer is an open gate and communication door between me and my Heavenly Father. I believe that genuine and specific prayers get through to God when we come to him in faith. Specific prayers are most important because you have to be specific in your request to God. Have y'all ever came to God and needed to be specific? Specific prayers are very, very important. For example, in these trying times, my prayers that God will protect and cover my family and keep them safe from hurt, harm, and danger. And so far, so good. When I say a prayer like that, my belief is that my communication to God gives God the authority through my faith to release angels of protection over my family like a shield. I believe that we are not exempt from experiencing things, but that it won't hit like it would without God's covering. Another thing is I feel better when I pray. That's just the basic. I feel so much better, like I release everything to God and give him everything. Let's see. I'm waiting on my guest. Sorry, y'all. I am waiting on my guest. Having that time with God is very comforting and makes me feel complete. As a Christian, it is an important part of my makeup. I believe that God hears the faintest request, even with my thoughts. I I've spoken something small in my spirit, just within, and it comes to pass. And that's amazing. This is how I know for myself that God really exists and that he gives me favor daily with people and gives me grace as well. Prayer is a part of me and a very vital part of my life. My open letter to God is revisited as often as needed, as I can access it anytime. So y'all, that's Peace to Success, a new book that's out on Amazon. You see me on the cover. I want to thank my amazing team that puts all this energy into the graphics, and makes things happen for me. We have our special guest in queue. He is an artist out of Los Angeles. He is amazing. He is topping. Let's see his chart numbers. Let me get that for you. His numbers are, let's see. His single is number 15 on the adult R&B Billboard chart. So we have we have an amazing guest that is going to blow us away today. Y'all listen, you don't want to miss none of these shows. This gentleman, his name is, I'm going to call him Mr. Noble. I'm going to let him introduce himself, but let's welcome our special guest to the show. Hold on a second. Mr. Gene Noble. Let's add him to the stream. How are you? How are you?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was about to say, we ain't got no volume. What's going on? We got no
listen,
volume.
I had it muted. My fault. How you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Welcome to the Queen G Live Experience.
Well, thank you for having me, Queen.
Definitely. You look like an artist. You have the appearance of an artist.
Well, I am an artist. Thank you.
That's what's up. It's serious, ain't it? It's serious.
It's serious business out here. It's serious. How you doing?
So, you got to tell us, introduce yourself to my audience. Tell them what you do, who you are, and let us know what you're rocking with. I see you're rocking. You're on the charts, man. You're on the charts.
Yeah, we rocking. We ended the year strong. Top 15 in on the Billboard. I'm Gene Noble. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm from New York originally. I spend most of my time these days in LA. But I've been basically writing for a little bit of everybody, touring with a little bit of everybody. And finally now I have the opportunity to step out and do my own thing. So I'm just super hype about it. And it's crazy that my first single is now top 20. I'm like, it's unbelievable with all the pandemic and everything. To have that is just, it's incredible.
That's definitely ending the year strong.
For real.
I will say the least. Oh my God. So when you're charting, you're charting.
I'm number 13 on Billboard right now.
That's crazy. Right. That's crazy. Amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I made the right decision to step out now. You know what I mean? I've been touring with everybody for a long time and kind of like lending my abilities to other people's dreams and other people's careers. So, but it's always been something I wanted to do for myself. So I just decided to step out and do it now. And I guess the timing is just perfect. So,
It's right. It's right. And it's a bunch of us at home. So
you know what I mean?
We seeking out more, things, something different, something new. We wanna listen to some vibe, and I don't know. It's one of them times where we all have to kind of capitalize on this moment of
definitely,
bigger audiences and people tuning more into and tapping into stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I think like my aesthetic is super vibey, so it's definitely good for when you're around the house, kind of just chilling and like laid back. Maybe sipping something, maybe roll something up, whatever. Like
Right. I hope you're prepared because this is a unique kind of audience and I have a different kind of show. I hope you're prepared to give us a tune, something later on.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
okay, good. I didn't know how you felt about it. I said, let me slap him with that.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's go.
Because we had Brian McKnight Jr. He was singing on here. We didn't have some people,
coming
through. So who are some of the people that you've toured with? Tell us that.
Chris Brown, Usher, Sting, Jay-Z, Diddy, Alicia Keys, John Legend, more than that. So
Damn.
yeah.
Damn. Those, as if those names are not big enough. Like you
Yeah.
don't even have to keep going. You said
Yeah.
Chris Brown first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I spent a lot of years with Chris.
Golly. What did that feel like to be on stage and on tour with these guys that are like legends in themselves?
It's kind of crazy. I mean, like, I grew up looking up to Usher. So, like when I was able to actually like tour with Usher, like that was crazy. And like Chris, I was a fan of before we started working together. So it was it's incredible. I mean, just like to be on the stage and kind of get that energy from their crowd. And, remember when I was standing on the other side in the audience, you know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
it's
Right.
incredible.
And they got fans. All the people you mentioned
And
have tons of fans. So
loyal
you got a
supporters.
chance to really experience what it's like to be an entertainer that's admired by any in an indirect way. In an
Yeah.
indirect way. You already know what that journey is like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I got to learn a lot of things from all of the different artists that I work with. Some things I wanted to, do. Some things I don't want to do. I learned, and I also was able to pick up fans along the way. My journey was one where on my off days I would go rock a stage. I would go find some place wherever I'm at and see if I could get on a mic or get on the piano.
Look at
And
you.
so that's how I was able to build more of a fan base.
Keeping it going, like
Yeah,
keeping the light lit.
absolutely, absolutely.
I love it. What motivates you to do what you do? Like, what is your motivation? Because we all have our own personal motivations. You know what I mean? So, what
Yeah.
is yours?
I mean, for me, music has always been like my therapy. Honestly, it's always been my go-to thing. Like for me to just get my my whatever out. You know what I mean? So like it's been that since childhood for me. So I think even if I was working a 9 to 5, I would still be recording music at night or hitting the
Right,
stage on
right,
the
right,
weekends.
right.
So I had no
Oh my
choice.
God.
Yeah.
Tell me what the experience of being in the studio is like. Give us like play by play about the actual work side of the entertainment industry, all the hours that are invested, the things that you have to do to be an artist and really sacrifice. Tell us about
Yeah.
the work side.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, my journey was one where, like I said, I would be on tour with other people and recording in different hotel rooms and stuff. So like when people hear my album at the top of the year, like this is one of the first times that I've actually been able to like sit in one place and be in the studio because of the pandemic and everything. Otherwise, I've been always recording on the road in different hotel rooms in different cities and kind of grinding it out like that. And like I said, I would always like take a day and go find a stage to rock on. If they had an open mic somewhere in a city or a country I was in, I would set up my own shows and hustle and then fly myself to the next city so I can meet back up with them. So I've always been on that type of time, that kind of grind.
So you're putting your foot down, planting your foot and your foundation in these different cities, basically. You're
Yes,
making your own way and letting
absolutely.
people get to know you and your sound and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Like that's
Thank
dope.
you.
And that
Thank you.
was smart, I believe. That was very smart and strategic for you to do it that way.
Yeah, because I mean, basically, they paid for me to be in those cities, so I didn't have to pay for it myself. You know what I mean? And I got to be in 5-star hotels while doing it. You know what I mean? So I was just, I just figured that was the best way that I could kind of make the most of being in, expanding my reach.
Right, right, right. Fans, let me tell you, let me ask you, what is your most unique situation that has happened with a fan so far? Because we all
Okay.
got them stories, right? We all
Yeah.
got them stories.
Yeah, I have a lot of them. Well, I mean, well, me personally, as because I have a lot of stories that pertain to artists that I work with. But me personally, one time, before I was smart enough to not do this, I had posted either a tweet or something that I was at a certain restaurant, and like maybe about 10 to 15 minutes later, a fan just showed up at the table and just kind of stood there awkwardly and I didn't know like what was happening. Like if I was about to have to fight, I didn't know what was about to happen. But they were cool. They ended up being cool. But it was just like a moment that I was like, okay, I got to realize that, you know, I'm not just talking to my friends anymore. You know.
Right. You know, I can I share my little fan story
Yeah.
recently? Well, someone has been out telling people that they have access to like book people on my show. Like, I don't know if that's a fan thing or not, but it was kind of strange.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never met them.
Yeah. Yikes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, this business is big, but it's small
Yeah, for
at the
sure.
same time. You know, and
Yeah.
and if you're really doing this entertainment business, like how you're like, you know, with the entertainers, Chris Brown and all these
Yeah.
major artists, if you're really doing that, if you're really an entertainer,
Mm-hmm.
then it's a smaller group than a bigger group, if you know what I
Definitely.
mean.
Definitely. Definitely.
Because the elite kind of stick together. We all
Yep.
kind of like are in the same
Yeah.
plethora of you know,
It gets smaller the
people.
higher up you go.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
definitely.
Well, this person was going around telling people that they can pretty much book people on my show and that they know me
Yeah.
and that we've been rocking for like years. I was
Wow.
like, are you serious?
Yeah. That's
See,
crazy.
I don't know if that's a fan thing in a
Yeah.
weird
It
indirect
is
kind
a
of way
weird
or
fan kind
not.
of a thing, but it's also like it's sometimes people do that to hustle because I remember one time I was super excited to open for a major artist. I'm not gonna say who, and the promoter that was promoting the show had paid someone who said that they were this artist's manager, had given them the money, everything, and then when they spoke to the artist, they were like, "Who? That person doesn't even represent me." So this person
Oh
had
my
skated off with the bread,
God.
and the artist didn't even know.
Oh my, it's serious. It is serious
What's up,
out here.
Mariah?
Yeah, she said hello. She said hello. That's my friend from Atlanta. We got Las Vegas tuning in. We
Yeah,
got people
Vegas.
from different places tuning in and watching this interview. So
Dope.
listen, Queen G Live Experience goes all over the map, bro. All over the
Absolutely. That's
map.
amazing. Thank you for having me. What up, everybody?
Definitely, definitely. Where are you originally from?
Long Island, New York. I mean, I was born in Kansas. I was born in Manhattan, Kansas. I was an Army brat, but I've lived in New York since I was 5 years old. And I went to high school all the way through college up here. And then after that, I moved to LA, you know, to try my hand at music. And so I've been there pretty much ever since. But I'm still back and forth from New York. New York is where my heart is. And I'm a New Yorker.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this. Your music, do you write it or do you write your own music, lyrics and
I
stuff
do.
like that?
I do.
Okay.
I play keys. I write lyric and melody, and you know, I'm a part of every part of the process. You know, I learned how to mix everything. I record myself most of the time because I be on the road. But yeah, I do all different parts of it. I love to accept music from other people or collaborate with other people, but I don't let that stop me. You know, I can do pretty much everything on my own.
Well, that's good. That's good. And it becomes a skill too to be able to use to like take care of yourself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you use
absolutely.
those things to be able to make it in this industry business, you know, and while
Yeah,
you're in the mix of it and going after it, you might as well get it all the way. You know what I mean?
absolutely. These days, you
You
need
might
to
as
know
well
how to
make
make
your
your
bread
flyers.
from recording
Absolutely.
others, laying them tracks. You might as well make your bread, bro.
Absolutely. You got to learn how to make your own flyers. You got to be able to promote your shows, book your shows, everything, you know? And that's my
Exactly,
story for
exactly.
sure.
Miss the Purpose Premier says, "Hey twin."
To me or to you?
I don't know. Oh no, Purpose Premier. That's me. She's saying that
Okay.
to me. Hey
Okay.
twin. Hey,
Okay.
I just realized I just interviewed her yesterday. Hey
Oh,
twin
dope.
sis, how are you?
You have an
We got
awesome
people,
smile.
they be checking in from everywhere, so it's pretty dope.
That's dope.
Let's talk about your manager.
Yes, absolutely. My
Oh my
partner.
God. So my boy and your boy,
Yes.
Larry Plummer, I
Yes.
have known him since I was a baby in the game.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
So I'm not aging myself. I'm not gonna put a limit on it or none of
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm just saying that he has been around for a long time. Him and I
yeah,
both.
yeah, yeah,
And we are some really amazing friends. Like that's my dude. We can not talk for like 5, 6 years, and then we catch up. It's
yeah,
like we never skipped a beat. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
Tell us about your manager, how important it is to have representation, and talk about that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, well, LP, man, I first of all, I asked him to manage me a long time before he actually started managing me, and I kind
Right,
of like followed him around a while, and he knew that I was out here and I was kind of doing my thing and that I toured with different artists, but
right.
then he saw me perform in LA. And then he was like, "Oh, okay," like, So, and I had been performing and I won a competition out there, all this other stuff. But man, it's been incredible to have a partner that like is respected and trusted in the industry. I mean, I feel very safe to just like, let him handle things. And also like, I feel the thing about the industry, it's like you want to have somebody in the room in case you're not there that speaks for you, that also understands what you want and what you need, So,
Right. They're not just about glamour and lights and glitz. They're about the journey. They're about making
absolutely.
sure that you're well overall and taken care of,
Exactly.
completely. Because he knows the journey. See, him and I have been out here so long, like over 20 years.
Yeah.
He understands what it takes
Yep.
to do this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
And
for
he's
sure.
made those sacrifices. He's dotted those I's and crossed those T's.
Yeah.
So I know if he is taking on Mr. Gene Noble,
Yeah.
okay, as an artist and taking you on as a client,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
must be something special.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. And I feel the same way. And I feel the same way that I have him as a manager. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing for me being somebody who was pretty much like out here doing a lot on his own, like to be able to sit back and be quiet. Like the coolest part about our meetings is most of the time I could just sit back and just chill. Like, like I've never had that before. So that's an amazing feeling.
And my boy is powerful.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
powerful. He's always been a connector, I
Yeah.
call him. He's always been one of these people to put the right pieces together to make it work.
Yep.
Just like as soon as he called me, I was like, oh, heck yeah, let's schedule. No, I
Yeah.
got you. Anything you ask for, I know is credible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see, that is a good position to be in
Right.
because every reference is not credible.
That's facts. That is facts. Hard facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, for
Every
sure.
reference is not credible. So let me
Definitely.
ask you this. I got another question for you.
Okay, sure.
What is your why as an entertainer? Why do you do what you do, what you do?
I think for me there's a few different whys, especially me and Larry. Like we always say to each other, like, yo, we are gonna win because we have to prove to ourselves and to other people that good people can still win and that real talent
Yes,
still rises to the top and all of that kind of stuff. You know
yes,
what I mean? Like for me, it's been a whole type of a thing of like, obviously I've seen a lot of stuff being in a lot of different camps, right? And I kind of see like one from a lot of people who aren't exactly that great. They're not really good at
gotcha.
music. You know what I mean? They're not really good. So we
Because
save
you
them.
got that listening ear, like I know what sounds good and what does not.
You know what I mean? And I'm kind of the guy who's brought in a lot of times to save situations or make everything like
Gotcha.
sound better or feel better. So I've kind of been able to watch that and learn from that and pick up things from that. But also like on the business side, a lot of people walk around screwing people over. You know what I mean? And
That's true.
um, I think it's like I appreciate that we do good business. We deal with people who do good business, and I believe that that's the way to kind of rise up.
Right. And it is a team effort on
Definitely,
so many levels. We have to all work as a team to make this happen. Teamwork make the
absolutely,
dream work. You know how they say that
absolutely.
cliche-ish
It's true
statement?
though. It's true.
It's very true.
Yep. Hey
You
Teresa,
know,
what's up?
because without like a LP, I wouldn't be linked to you. and then vice versa or whatever. Like, I don't do this alone. It's people that every day look out for me and make sure that I'm good. You know what I mean? Send
Yeah,
me
for
the
sure.
right proper interviews, and it's
Yeah.
a bro, we don't do this alone.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
it takes a village for real.
Exactly. What is your, I just want to know, what is your routine that you do before you go up and sing? Like, do you have a routine or like a thing? Some people pray in their head. Some
Yeah.
people, what's your
Um,
thing?
I've been doing this so long, and I've been doing it under like, you end up in so many different circumstances where you really can't really create so much. But I like to have a moment of quiet. I like to find myself a quiet space and kind of just give myself a minute to just center in and go out there and nail it. I treat it like if I was going to play a sport or if I was going to like, something competitive, you know what I mean? Like I like to get myself like zoned in and go that way. But I've been doing that, even when I do backgrounds for other artists or whether I'm writing sessions or whatever, just take a moment to kind of center my energy. I'll drive to where I'm going, in complete
Okay.
silence, you know what I mean? That type of
Before
vibe.
the show, just to get your mind right
Absolutely.
and kind of give yourself a moment of woosah before, you have to hit that stage.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
amazing. I always wanted to know certain things like that because, like, I know Mariah Carey, she does like a steam treatment before her
Right.
show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some kind of steam treatment with her
Yeah.
vocals. Like,
Yeah.
real vocalists and real artists have a thing that they
Yeah.
do
For sure.
before they go up. You know what I
Well,
mean? So
me,
I just wanted to know.
I think another thing too is like I definitely do cardio. I stay pretty fit, and I try to like do something physical before shows so that helps me get my wind up. Um,
Right.
there's nothing better than any vocal
Especially dealing
exercise.
with Chris Brown.
Exactly, exactly.
Chris Brown is an acrobat, boy. Chris Brown, he,
Yeah,
you can't play no games,
yeah,
background. You can't even be a musician for Chris Brown and come up there thinking doing stuff.
exactly.
You got to know what you're doing.
Exactly. Especially because he gonna do 10 flips across the stage and then pick the mic up and sing. And
Exactly.
you can't be back there half stepping. So
And you got to be like,
exactly.
having your wind up like,
Exactly. Gotta be in your vibe. Exactly.
it's serious.
Definitely.
Ain't no half stepping with that. So
None at all.
I just
And
wanted to ask that. You have a really unique speaking voice,
really? Do I?
right?
Okay.
Yeah, you have it's like a really deep tone. So I want to hear you. I want to
All right.
hear
You
your
want to hear
voice.
me
I want to hear
sing?
your vocals.
Okay, what
Whatever
you want
you
me to sing?
want to do, you can put music on, whatever's going to make it cool for my audience. Whatever you want to do. You
All
can do
right.
a cappella,
Okay.
whatever.
Um, I could just sing the song.
Okay, do that. Do
Aren't
that. Do
you
that.
glad that we didn't go through with getting them matching tattoos? Oh, whatever we have is slowly fading from view because we don't got matching tattoos. Oh.
Woo! Oh my God, I love you. That was a real reaction.
Great, thank you. I
You know
appreciate
why?
real
Because
reactions.
listen, I've been in the game so long. Like, I don't jock artists or be on them like that.
Yeah,
But bro, listen to me.
thank you. I appreciate you. I
Oh my
appreciate
God. Because I'm in it all the way too, in this sense. I have a brother, Tyrese Gibson is
it.
my
Okay,
baby brother.
okay, now legendary. Okay, there we go.
Right. So like we don't be like jocking people for their talent.
Of
You know what I
course,
mean?
of course. Yeah, yeah. No,
We're
he's
around
amazing.
this like all the time, but I will say, bro, you are very talented.
Thank you. Yo. I appreciate that for real. That means a
You are
lot.
very
I know you've
talented.
seen it all. That's
Have I
appreciate
not?
that.
Have I seen it all? I've seen it all. I met Akon in my brother's living room, so it be
Yeah,
going down. You know what I
that's
mean?
yeah, yeah, exactly. No, totally,
It's
totally.
serious.
Yeah,
It's
he gets it
serious.
in.
One more
Lately is one
thing.
of my
One more
favorite
thing.
R&B songs ever, by the way.
Okay.
That's a great song.
Which one?
Lately. I'll just put that out there. I'm
You
just
like
saying. That's what that is. Respect to the Gibson.
right? I gotta give you this, which is interesting. My brother has agreed to give me an interview. I have not interviewed him
Wow.
in over 20 years. It's going down tomorrow.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm
amazing.
making that announcement on,
Okay.
right now.
Okay. I'm in
I
there.
didn't say nothing because I didn't want to let the cat out the bag too soon. You know how it
That's
is.
amazing.
You want
That's
to
amazing.
kind of,
I know it. Yeah, totally, totally. I get that. I get that. But that's great.
but
That's gonna be cool. So tomorrow,
it,
I need to tune in. What time?
tune in. It's 7 p.m. PST,
Okay,
9
cool.
o'clock Central Standard Time, and your time. You're in New York, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it would be 10 p.m. your
Okay,
time,
that's
Eastern
awesome.
Standard Time. We gotta them times be woo,
I know, I know, I know.
trying
And
to
half the
sync
time I be forgetting which side I'm
everything.
on.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right. Let me ask you this: the Christian side of you. I
yeah,
want to talk about your relationship with God, how
yeah.
that plays a role in your career, and then I want to hear your favorite gospel hymn. I
My
want that
favorite
part too,
gospel.
if you
Oh
could do
wow.
that.
Okay. My favorite gospel. All right, let me think about that. Um,
I'm gonna try to find a way to get you to sing again, but we got to, reel it
uh,
in with some questions too.
I grew up singing. I grew up singing in church. I would not have my voice if it wasn't for a church. I wouldn't have, the skill that I have if it wasn't for church. Actually, I learned how to play piano from the minister of music in my church. So, and my mom is an incredible
Mm,
singer, and my mom sang in church, and so I kind of grew up underneath church singing. You know what I mean? And like, and honestly, there are levels to it. Like, I grew up in a very, very like serious singing church, like a serious musician
right,
church, and
right.
you know what I mean? Like literally as a
They used
kid.
to see back in the day, and you probably have experienced this. They used to tarry on the altar.
Yeah.
It
Oh
wasn't no
yeah.
time service where it was like just an hour and a half, and you come in, you do your devotion. You know what I mean? Click,
Oh,
click, click, click,
exactly.
click. No,
Exactly.
we
No.
tarried. You
Yes.
was up there.
Absolutely. I was there. Well, first of all, as a kid, I mean, I must have spent probably like, 5 days a week, different days in the week in church, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Doing one thing or the next, whether it's like, Bible study or choir rehearsal or something my mom was doing.
YWCA or whatever they call it.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm like, I grew up in the Sunshine Band, all that stuff. Like, I'm
Right.
from childhood. I was basically born in church. Like, so
My God. I
I had
understand.
no.
See, you come from my era because that's
Okay,
what
yeah.
we was always at church. And
Church,
I was the
church.
kid that could not wear pants to school.
Oh yeah,
Okay, we
yeah,
was
absolutely. I used to get in trouble because when I got my ears pierced, I got in trouble with that.
we couldn't watch the movies and you know what I mean?
Yep. I
All
never had Halloween, as you know what I mean.
right.
We didn't do none of that stuff. So yeah,
Right. So
that's
that
cool.
I understand that Tarian is I call it Tarian because
Yeah,
they
you're
used to do
right,
the altar
Tarian. I'm with
call.
you. We good. We talking the same
Yeah, they
language.
used to do the altar calls, and you would you would go so up in the spirit that
Yeah,
somebody was going to either be falling out or somebody was going to be crying and
yeah,
weeping. And then the ushers and mothers, the ushers of the church would have to come and put the drapes over the ladies' legs because they didn't fell out from, just
yeah.
going in that
Absolutely. Yeah,
spirit and just that's the
yeah.
realm we was in
Yeah,
back in the day.
totally. And I mean,
You know
when
what
you're
I'm saying?
young and I didn't when I started singing, it's like it scares you because you don't understand it. As a kid, you're up there and you're able to like create this emotion in people, but you don't connect to it yet. So it takes for you to get a
Right.
little bit older until you actually connect to it and understand what it is,
It's
and like then you have your
powerful.
personal relationship. Yes,
Right.
exactly.
It's powerful.
Very
Like
powerful. Yeah.
it's almost like did that come out of me? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
seriously, you do. And it's interesting because I carry that with me now. Like I'm a very much a feeling type of an artist, and I like to have a personal experience with the audience that I'm singing for. Like each experience is unique, and I don't feel like I've done a good job unless I've connected. So
Right. Give us your favorite gospel hymn, but I want to add this twist on it. It's not
okay,
just going to be you singing.
okay.
I want you to give us something that reflects 2020. How amazingly just chaotic this year has
Mm,
been,
yeah.
and how we have all suffered in some way or the other. I want you to give us that gospel hymn that really reflects 2020.
Ooh, reflects 2020. Um, well, I think there's so many actually. There's so many, but
No,
I think
whatever comes to mind, it's no wrong answer. Trust me. It's no wrong answer to this. Like whatever comes to your heart
yeah.
and to your mind, just go with it.
Okay. Well, let's just sing something that is my, go-to. If I had to sing a hymn anywhere, I would probably sing I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear, and let it be a sweet sound in your ear. That's what I would say.
Oh my God. You have an amazing gift.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
I'm because that's I'm choked up a little bit. I'm trying to collect myself and you know, get
Thank you.
back in interview mode. Like this
Thank you.
year,
It's been a year. It really has. For so many people, it's been crazy. And I think that that's the thing, is like that we are still here and that we have come out on the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't for sure that we would all make it. You know what I mean? Who knew what
yeah.
this pandemic would turn out to be? So just the fact that we're still here, you know what I mean? That, God kept us and that we are able to like still live in our purpose and move forward. And now I'm hoping that everything will get better now that there is a vaccine, and, now that hopefully the world will open back up and start to like make some more sense. And even on top of just the COVID stuff, so much civil unrest, so much racist things that happen, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
many things against us as a people. Like, it's just it's been very eye-opening, but also like it's just been great to see that like people are resilient and strong, and we're leaning on each other more, I feel, than ever
Oh yeah,
before.
than ever.
You
Moments
know?
like this
Yeah,
that
definitely.
just, the souls coming together. I think that this
Absolutely.
year opened doors for that, for communication again,
Yes.
and for us bonding and getting close. Here we are. We can't really physically touch each other,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yet somehow
We
this
still
year
managed to
has
find
brought
connection. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Definitely.
many of us together. The reason I get teary eyed when you do that hymn, and the thought of this past year, we all have lost loved ones due to COVID.
Yes.
Um, I had a health scare that was so crazy. I had an epileptic seizure on camera about
Wow.
6 weeks ago while on
Sheesh.
vacation in Miami.
Wow. Wow.
Just the trials of this year, and
Yeah.
all the things that have been going on with our world, our nation, the political front, like you
Yeah.
said, George
Yeah.
Floyd.
George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, like, It's crazy.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Yeah. I mean, I was actually I did the Grammys this year with Usher and Sheila E., the Prince tribute. And so I was actually standing on stage in the Staples Center when they got the call that the helicopter went down. And I mean, we all just lost it. You know what I mean? Because
My God, that knocked the wind out of me for about 5 days. I was numb.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Because
crazy.
it wasn't just that right there. If you're a family person, that shook the very core of
Absolutely
who you are in regards to family.
Absolutely.
Not only did he pass, but his beautiful daughter with him.
Right.
And that's such a love story.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, my dad died when I was very young, so I understand the position that Vanessa is in now, you know what I mean? Because that's the position my mom was in. And you know, that she has to now like go on and carry on and try to like raise her children and pick up the pieces after something like that, which is just, it's horrific, but it just shows how, you know, strong and
strong.
Yeah.
She's very strong and has a lot of courage.
Yeah.
And watching her, my God, it's just, it's 2020. But let me tell you another thing. Now, the good part, creatively, Hunty, if you jump into this year with 2 feet creatively.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I wrote 12 books this year.
Wow. Wow.
1 year.
Wow. Let's go. Come on, publishing. Come on.
Let's go. Publishing, author. Who would have thought?
That's amazing.
Author to my name.
That's amazing. 12? Yo.
This year.
So 2021 is going to be beautiful for you. It's going to be beautiful.
I'm leaving this year with a baby doll.
Let's
go.
I
got a baby doll in my image. That's weird, but it's like, incredible. My God.
Yeah. Yeah. And look at me, like I'm leaving this year top 20 Billboard. I didn't even know if we were going to put
on
the
project chart. Out.
Yeah.
On it. Not.
Yeah.
Not way up in the sky somewhere lingering, waiting to come down. No, you are charting.
On, yeah, for real. For real. Yeah.
What's the title of the song that's on the chart so that we can tell the people?
Matching Tattoos is on the charts right now. And so go check out Matching Tattoos. This song is out. The video is out. I also have Champagne Jack, which we just released. That's out as well. And that's available everywhere as well. And it just kind of gives you a little bit more insight into what's coming with the project. So, yeah.
Wow. Matching Tattoos.
Yeah.
And what is that story about? I heard a little bit of it when you were singing it, but what is that about? What is that song about?
Basically, it's kind of a breakup record, but it's kind of like one of those dodge the bullet type of breakup records where it's like you're kind of sort of saying that, like, aren't you glad? Like, you're kind of saying, aren't you glad that we didn't go through with getting the matching tattoos, you know?
But getting your body marked permanently.
Exactly. I'm clothed today, but I'm very inked up. So tattoos are something that I have a lot of, but it's also you know, and I've been asked to get a couple matching tattoos before, which I don't have any matching tattoos. But I don't have no matching tattoos. I don't got nobody's name on me. But you know, the verses are kind of detailing the relationship, kind of talking about like the memories of it. So it's interesting that the chorus is kind of like talking about being glad to not have to remember it, but also the verses are talking about remembering it, you know? So it's kind
right.
of, yeah.
And it's a lot of people with some matching tattoos that then moved on 13 years ago.
You know what? I didn't know that until I did this song. Like, you know, just kind of like hearing everybody's story about whether they got one or not, or whether they have somebody's name that they had to cover over, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's that's a serious thing. Somebody walking around with Larry, you know what I mean, on their skin. And they
why you had to say Larry though?
15 years ago. I'm just saying. That's just the basic. I just, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to bring it home to the people to make them understand what I'm saying. They got Queen Bee, you know what I mean? All these names. They walking around with all that on their ankle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
On the
Well, I
ring
was
finger
told
with the name on it.
exactly. I was told something that I did learn with this whole song is that if you ever are going to get a tattoo of somebody's name or a matching tattoo, get it in red because it's the easiest to cover over.
Oh, that's a good insider. See?
Yeah, a
Thank
tattoo
you for
artist
that
told me that.
information, and you heard it right here on the Queen's Live Experience.
Yeah, a tattoo
Get
artist
tatted
told me that.
in red, y'all, in red. I mean, and listen to this. I mean, we wouldn't have Black Ink Crew if tatting wasn't such a thing. Like
Yeah.
tatting is a thing.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I love
It's a
tattoos. I love
vibe.
ink. Yeah, I love ink. That's. I mean, it's kind of my thing. I really like ink. I got a whole sleeve going on, but yeah, I
Right.
love ink, and when it's done right, it's beautiful.
Oh
And
yeah.
I tend to think of things that I'm gonna commit to for my life that I don't ever want to change. But a lot of people get stuff that they next week they not serious about.
Right. I'm a BBW. They call them. I don't know what
I know.
BBW means, but it's on the thick language,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So
Uh-huh.
people are shocked where I have my tattoos at. They're like, "What? You got what?" You know what I mean?
Wait, where are your tattoos at?
I wasn't always.
So where are your tattoos?
Oh, you asking me? Hold
I'm
on.
asking you.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have flipped the script.
Okay.
I got one on my stomach.
Okay.
I got one on my very, very low back. Like it's like
Yeah.
really low.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, and then one
You
right
know what they
here
call
on
those
top of.
though?
Huh?
They call those tramp stamps.
Yeah. Listen. It's the reason for that. You are retarded.
And when we were young, they also used to call them landing pads.
Right. Because something's gonna go down when you got a tattoo in the lower crevice of your back. The lower. You understand me?
Oh, I understand.
So something gonna go down if you go up or down on the tattoo. Something is gonna happen real quick.
Hey. Exactly. That's real.
Listen, I can see why that song "Matching Tattoos" is charting. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole idea of it is pretty dope. We did it here. Yeah. You saw it right here with us having a conversation about how tattoos are trending. Like it's a thing. It's a whole vibe. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. My little personal experience, it really it related to so many people. So I'm super glad about it,
And then we loving it because we're listening and we love the song and what you're about. Well, I'm excited about you being in my new up and coming Let's Go to Work ENT magazine. We got that popping.
Let's go.
Like we said, your manager is good at what he does. So we have solidified some other irons in the fire. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Seeing you in that, it's gonna be an amazing magazine.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an amazing 2021. Which we got books coming out. Come on.
Right, all of that. Yeah, I also created my branding and marketing magazine this year during the pandemic too, and I'm releasing 7, 8, and 9 editions of that magazine. I'm working on 3 at once. Every day of this month, I am putting pressure on my days, I call it.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to operate and live for right now. I want to operate and live for 15 years from now. I'm kind of ahead of myself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's so
beautiful. I tell everybody, get up with the intent on putting pressure on your days.
Some of y'all get a piece of paper and write that down.
Write that little nugget down. There's no diamond is created without pressure and without fire.
That's real. And Lord knows this year we all been put under pressure. So you might as well put it on yourself and keep yourself operating high like that,
Exactly. On a high octane, high intensity. We don't plan on stopping no time soon. And I feel as if what I do for a living, see, a lot of lives are impacted by this.
Right.
A lot of lives are changed, and it's important for me to keep those positive affirmations going out.
Yes.
Let's keep like you did. Let's keep creating these lanes that don't exist for you. You got to bust them doors down. You said while you was on tour with Chris Brown, you out there going and hitting the circuit and
Yeah.
performing at these different venues. You're out there like,
Yeah.
I'm
Grinding.
not finna just be on tour with Chris without creating my own lanes out
Yep.
here. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's very, very important. What's a nugget that you have for the people? Give me your word of encouragement or something that you live by.
I would just say that, there are no rules. You know what I mean? I think people would like to put their fears or their thoughts or their expectations of what is going to be work for you in your life, but there's really no rules because anything somebody could say, there's somebody else on the other side who's winning,
Right.
you know what I mean, that didn't listen to somebody else's rules. So I think the thing is to just trust yourself for real, for real. And I
Mm,
mean, that's kind of cliche, but you really have to trust yourself and trust your journey and your path and know that it's uniquely your own. So you really can't take too much advice
ooh,
from anybody because nobody else has walked in your exact shoes and nobody has your exact journey. So, and they also don't know exactly what is in your heart or where you're supposed to go. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
right.
like,
That's about 5, 6 nuggets, but I love
all
it.
right.
That's about
Okay.
5 or 6 of them.
All right,
Wrapped
cool.
in
I'll stop
one. No,
there.
that's good. Like, no, I was letting you look, roll, go with it, go
But
with it.
yeah.
For
But
real, trust yourself. That's
yeah,
so powerful.
yeah, for sure.
That
It's
is
simple but
so
powerful,
powerful.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we don't know if that inner voice we're hearing is right, or we second
Right.
guess it.
Right.
It was something that happened the other morning. God dropped some on my spirit.
Yeah.
Luckily, I paid attention and listened to it and did what God told me to do
Yeah.
when I heard that inner voice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have had some results from not
Yeah.
listening. You know what I mean?
And I
And it's
think
subtle
also,
things. It's not
when you start to follow it, when you start to like listen, um, each time it becomes a little easier and it comes a little stronger, and you're able to quiet out the noise a little bit better. Like each time you successfully do it, you know what I mean? Like you trust it even more each time. So it's like if you start to
right.
make it a practice of listening and trusting yourself, it really is better for your life.
And you know what I've learned? Let me tell you my little nugget for this year as we get ready to wrap this interview up. I hate
Okay.
I hate to wrap it up, but one of my biggest lessons, I guess, for the last couple of years is submission is important.
Yes. Yes.
Submission. Let
Wow.
me talk about this. Submission to your gifts, your talents,
Yes.
um, submission to God,
Yeah. Yeah.
submission to entities and people that are very relevant in your life.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm
Absolutely.
not saying, oh, I'm a cater to them, or it's not about
No,
that.
it's not about that.
It's more about following the voice and following the path of what you're supposed to do. And that's what I mean by submission. Submission
Absolutely.
for me is accepting the call that I have a talent and I need to walk in those shoes every single day and
Yep.
not ignore this voice that I'm hearing in my inner spirit about what I'm supposed to do. That's
Absolutely.
what submission is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Letting go and letting God and completely dive in yourself.
Yep. Y'all writing this down? Because she
Look,
just said a word for real.
or they can go back and watch it, or they can share it.
Oh, true.
We
True.
got those options because we are on Facebook Live. But
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, but that's real.
um, I've learned more about submission. Honestly, submission.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to submit to what's in you. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop
Yep.
second guessing that you have talent, you're gifted, and you're golden. Stop,
Yep.
stop, stop.
Yo, for real, no, for real. And I think also to piggyback on that, I think another thing that people really should do is not wait till everything is perfect to start. You know what I mean? Just
Oh my
start.
God.
You know what I mean? Just start. And you know what I mean? One of my favorite sayings that I try to say to myself all the time when I get into a place of uncertainty, I always say, jump and the net will appear, you know? And that's really
Mm,
like, it's really true, you know? I didn't always have the answers for where I was going to go or how I was going to get there. I just knew where I wanted to go. You know what I mean?
right.
And I didn't have all the resources or whatever I needed, but the more I took steps towards it, the more those steps took towards me, you know? And
It's
that's how it
called
should be.
faith too. It's called faith. And when you step
Faith.
out
It's
in
called
faith,
faith. Yes.
do your part, do your part, and God will add the rest. Everything else, that the outcome is not our business. And see, for
Right.
so many years, I toyed with that.
Yeah.
You know, I listen, I'm a hands down tell you something that's really intimate, an intimate secret about me. I'm gonna reveal it right here, right now. I spent so many years, because I am the older sister of Tyrese,
Mm-hmm.
living in his shadow of, oh my God, I got to be protective over him. Let
Mm.
me guard and shield his career. Let me support him. Let me
Yeah.
be on assignment to make sure I'm doing everything that I need to do to and see, it was always that. There
Right.
was something there on the inside of me, but I toyed with it. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen if I step out too deep in it? What's gonna
Mm.
happen? Or you
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
It was that fear, and something happened a couple of years ago. It put me in a whole different mindset. God said it's
Yeah.
time now. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Listen, submit. Let
Yeah.
let go. Let
Yeah.
go. Let go of them ideas and thoughts that you're not good enough. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So many people toy with the idea that they are not good enough to be in this position, but all it starts is it, like you said, start somewhere. Start
Yeah.
it. Start
Start.
the journey.
Start. Yep.
Mm.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah.
I got a
Well, I'm.
question for you. Somebody's asking, can we ask a question? What does he do whenever he feels uninspired to create or write? How does he unblock writer's block? Very great question. I love that question. So answer
Um.
that for our audience.
You know, I kind of just. I mean, I'm not. I don't tend to be. I don't tend to have writer's block. But what I would say is that I really just trust that if it's not the time for me to write right now, that's okay. You know what I mean? I mean, I've kind of lived a life where it's like uh, today is not a singing day. That's it. Or today is not a writing day. That's it. You know what I mean? And when it is time, I just do it when it's time. You know what I mean? Now you can't always operate like that because obviously there's sometimes where you have. What do you call it, like you have deadlines or something that you have to do or you have to come up with, but I think the best thing to do is just like we were saying earlier, is quiet the noise. You know what I mean? Because
Quiet noise.
you know, the noise is what creates the block. You know what I mean? Quiet the noise. Get off the phone. Get out of social
Yeah.
media. Stop looking at somebody else, what they're doing or what they're writing or what they're whatever. Like separate yourself from it and try to just tap in and tune in. If you're writing
Tap
music,
in. Woo.
you know, if you're writing
It's
music,
like
tap into the music.
it's
Tap
like you
into
know
that.
how they got the baseball game. You got to hit that base. You got to hit that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, for
You
real.
got to hit home base. You
Yep.
got tap in, tap
Yeah.
in.
Yep. Quiet the noise and tap in. You know
Right
what I mean?
noise.
Yeah.
Wow, wow! You have been such an amazing guest. Like
Thank
this
you.
was so much fun today.
This was a lot of fun. I had no idea what to expect. So I'm just really excited about this. This was cool. Thank you so much for this.
Definitely. Where
And
can we
I'm
find you on
taking some
social?
nuggets with me.
Oh look, go back and watch it. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Definitely. Thank you.
We all like you gave me some nuggets.
Oh, dope. I appreciate it.
You gave me
Dope.
some nuggets today. I loved your advice too. Like I'm gonna go back and watch it and
Thank you.
definitely listen to you sing again. I'm gonna go back and watch that part. And
Thank you.
you know, I might be calling you because this is my husband's birthday month, and I might need a
Okay.
little
All
extra
right.
boost.
Okay. Let me know. Let me know.
Little tweaking of something. You know, it's been about 13 years, so you need some
Well,
little
listen,
extras.
you know how to get a hold of me.
I gotta pull out the tattoos.
Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Let me know. I'm here.
Oh my God. Give us your social media sites.
Yes, you can follow me at I am Gene Noble, GeneNoble. So you know, that's me on all platforms. And also if you're looking up the music, Gene Noble on all platforms, Tidal, Spotify, all that stuff. Matching Tattoos out now, Champagne Jack out now. The new music comes out top of the year. I feel so excited to give it to y'all. And thank you so much for having me.
Definitely congratulations on charting.
Yes. For
That's
the win.
huge in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
Huge. Y'all
Thank
don't
you.
understand how much of an accomplishment that is. And for
Yes.
all that's watching, please follow him. Please support him in music so that he can the numbers can go up higher. We want him
Yeah.
closer to number one. We want him
We do. We
in
want
there.
that.
In there. We want him in there. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much again. You
Appreciate
guys, I appreciate everyone that tuned in to today's podcast. We want to thank Larry Plummer, who is a good friend of mine, for
LP.
connecting me with Mr. Noble here. And you're an amazing guest. I have
Thank
had
you.
so much fun today. So much.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me. All right. And I'm tuning in tomorrow to see Tyrese.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right,
Get the
cool.
times. I'll send LP flyers and stuff and try to keep them updated on. Oh,
Okay.
it's 10 o'clock your time.
Yep. EST.
EST. It's a call-in interview,
Okay.
kind of like what you would do at the radio station. But I've done that
No.
with celebrities sometimes.
Yeah.
They call in and I'll have them on speakerphone and we'll get to hear the interview and the exclusive. And baby, look for the hat that I'm wearing.
Okay.
Check out the hat too.
All right, cool. Let's go. I'm ready for it.
Hey.
I
I picked up a little special baby for the interview.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I got some solid questions for him that's gonna really be hilarious. Okay.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Well, y'all got the intimate, so that's gonna be something totally
Right. It's some stuff that it's hilarious. We are gonna laugh. We're gonna have so much fun. So I can't wait. Thank you guys for your support here on Queen G Live Experience. We're about to jump off of here.
Yes.
Mr. Noble, thank you. I'll follow you on all platforms, okay?
Thank you. Likewise.
And,
thank you so much.
have an amazing rest of the day. You
too.
did good here. You did
Thank
good.
you. All right. And happy holidays.
Definitely. Same to you.
All right.
All right, y'all. That was my guest, Gene Noble. He was amazing. I loved his energy. Y'all heard it here from here. He is topping the charts with Matching Tattoos. Y'all support him, follow him, and definitely keep putting pressure on your day. You heard it here. There was a lot of nuggets given in that interview. Make sure you go and rewatch this interview and share it. Share it out to people because people need encouragement nowadays. We need that encouragement. We need those nuggets that were given in this interview because it's still trying times, y'all. It's still trying times. So without any further ado, this your girl Queen G. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.